How was it this morning?
All right, we're in shorts, you know, so I thought we got some stuff done. Got a little bit better cases. We still we're putting the quarterbacks under a lot of different situations, you know, end of game, end of half, down by 3, down by 2, you know, just to make them think, because, you know, so much of the game is situational stuff that I don't say we overload it, but I want them to be able to handle all that part plus run the play.
Do you think the quarterback competition this year is more of an actual competition? Last year you said BJ kind of
more of a
actual competition. That's
yeah. I mean, BJ, I thought he was clearly ahead, but he hadn't done enough to really prove that he could be the guy. But he was clearly ahead. You know, right now it's tighter. I mean, it truly is tighter. And then one day, you know, I think somebody's going to separate, or two guys are going to separate, and then it doesn't happen that way. So, but you know, like I said, as long as they're getting better, you know, making steps. You know, it's hard to tell in the shorts practice, but you know, we got about another week of work to see who are the guys that we feel we can win with.
Is that when you'll start to limit the reps?
Well, we already have. I mean, it's just down to 4 guys, but I mean, we can't rep 4 guys game week.
Right.
So, but we can rep 4 guys if there's limited packages for a couple guys. Otherwise, he just runs these 8 to 10 plays. Then we can get him those 8 to 10 plays and move on.
What's the most useful thing out of two-a-days?
Well, I don't, you know, two-a-days used to be just test the mental and physical toughness in your grind. I don't think as a coach you do that anymore. You just, to me, it's just more opportunity to get them better. I don't see it as, even though it's going to be a little bit of a mental test when you're going out practicing the second time, I want it more to be, we got better because we had more time to work on stuff. And that's where the test is now. We only had, today's our second one. We'll have 2 next week because we had classes that took away 2 of them. So we'll have 2 next week, and then that's it.
Would you used to have 8, 10, 12 2-a-days?
Well, it used to be, yeah, and every day was a 2-day, sometimes 3 days. You'd come back in the evening for a special teams practice or something like that. And, you know, every coach would tell you, it was a lot harder when I played. It probably was, but these kids are more talented, too, than we were. So we had to probably do a little extra just to. And then we had 105 guys on scholarship and unlimited walk-ons, so you had a different amount of bodies than you do this day and age.
Does Steven Garola kind of have that old school, mean offensive line mentality?
Yeah, he's one that, I mean, loves football and likes the physical part of it, you know, and I think he can rub off a little bit for the rest of the guys, I hope, because he does. I mean, he loves to play, and it's contagious, I think.
But then off the field, he's like this nice.
Yeah, he's a good guy. You know, he's fun to have around, and he'll be a guy that comes in the office when he doesn't have to, you know, just to pop in and say hello. So he's been. I wish we had him more than just 2 years, but you know, he's making the most of those 2 years.
How would you characterize Bacchus?
You know, Mick, I'm proud of Mickey. You know, he's played a long time. I think he's always been, I think, pretty serious about his craft, but I think this is the most serious he's ever taken himself in the off season, and he's healthier than he's probably ever been. So, you know, he's been really solid all camp and all spring.
What are the qualities you look for in a walk-on?
Well, obviously you got to have a certain skill set and a certain ability to play this level. You know, we just invite guys off the street, but you know, those are usually guys that are kind of extra hungry to prove themselves. You know, that believe that they can play on this level. And if we didn't think they could, we wouldn't give an opportunity. I mean, our walk-on situation has gotten to the point where it's competitive to get one of those 35 spots. You know, we basically have 35 spots for walk-on. And the first year, you know, we literally had guys that had never played football try out and almost try to make the team, and some of them almost did. You know, now at least you've had to play. You got to be able to play a little bit to be on the team.
Is Fabian similar to Mickey in terms of his progress?
Yeah, I think so. I think the same thing. I mean, Fabian's is a talented guy, and you know, he's pretty reliable. That's the one thing about him and Mickey both. You know, last year and this year, we're going to count on those guys to be reliable again.
When you have a practice like last night where you're not thrilled, and I know you're just in shorts this morning, what do you look for as a type of response?
Well, normally I get, when I'm really mad, like yesterday's practice, by the next day, I feel better about it. But I wasn't. Today I'm still ticked. You know, but it wasn't the whole practice. It was just a couple parts of it. But you know, we got to work through it. I wanted today to be hard. From hopefully a lot hot weather this morning, hot weather tonight, and then see who'll push through it and who will fold under a little bit of pressure.